Hey, what's up, y'all? It's time for another video blog, and this one is about American Idol. I got a bunch of questions. I'm going to try to get to as many of them as I can. I did want to say beforehand, though, that American Idol, amazing experience. And the people who put on American Idol, the production crew, the people from Fox, people from 19, they're absolutely amazing. They made the whole experience so much better, having their support, and just they were absolutely wonderful. I can't stress that enough. The people who were there helping us out were absolutely wonderful, and I'm very, very grateful for everything that they did for us on that show. Having said that, I'm going to be going through these questions really quickly. I got a ton, so here we go. Jessica wants to know, so out of all my performances, which do you believe was my best and what was my favorite? Best, that's a tough one. Probably either Hallelujah or Can't Help Falling in Love. Favorite is one of those two as well. But I mean, I had a lot of fun with all of them. I got to do a slide across the stage on American Idol. So that was pretty sweet. Let's see. I'm sorry if I don't say all of the names. I'm not great at pronouncing some names, so I'm not necessarily going to try to say all of them. I apologize. Do I watch American Idol now? What do I think of it without Simon? And so watching it now, I've watched a few. It's kind of weird. It's having been on the show. It's kind of weird going back and watching it. You know, it's. I can't really explain why. It just is. I hope that they all do well, and I'm rooting for them. But watching is just weird. So I haven't watched too much. I'm kind of getting a little more into it again now, since it's been a couple years since I was on. But yeah. Kitty wants to know which other contestants from your season do you keep in touch with. Let's see. I keep in touch with a handful of them. I actually saw Big Mike about a month ago in New York. I keep in touch with Dee Dee and Katie, Aaron, Lee, Andrew. I mean, really, I keep in touch with most of them. It's kind of hit or miss. Everybody's really busy. But I try to keep in touch with them when I can. Let's see. Alexa wants to know who was the person I was closest with. Probably Aaron. He was kind of like a little brother, so we had that kind of relationship. So probably him. We spent a lot of time together. Really, really great guy. Lionel wants to know, what do you remember most about your time on American Idol? What advice do you give those on this season? What do I remember most? I remember just kind of the emotional up and down roller coaster that it kind of was. I mean, you could experience incredible highs, incredible lows in the matter of hours on that show, and just like the blur. I don't remember necessarily all the specific things that happened. I just remember that it all went by so fast. And looking back on it, I'm like, wait, what did I really do? Everything that I think that I did, because it felt like it was, a couple of weeks and not almost over a year of my life through the whole process. So, an advice for people this season, I don't even know. I mean, I was kind of making it up as I went along. You just got to have fun with it, Let's see. That's a lot of questions. There's a lot of kind of repeat questions, so I am skipping over some of them, and I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to get to as many topics as I can. Let's see. Okay, Katie said, whenever I saw you getting criticism from the judges, you kept on smiling. What was really going through your head when they gave you that constructive criticism? Honestly, I don't really know half the time. I mean, I was up there having fun, going for whatever performance, just having a good time with it. So when I got done, like, I was on a high, kind of. I just felt like so excited. I just, had a lot of fun, got to perform for millions of people. So, when they're giving me my criticism, I'm like, well, I appreciate it, but I had fun, so, I'm not going to let you take that away from me, kind of, And I kind of realized right away that I couldn't let it affect me immediately anyway. Like, they were going to make comments and they were going to criticize me, so I needed to listen to it, but then not really deal with it until I got off stage and could really process it. So a lot of it I just kind of took in, but didn't really deal with it on stage. I just was like, all right, cool. I'll think about that and I'll see what I can use, what I can get from that. So Sarah wants to know, did I get nervous before I went on stage each week? I got a lot of questions about nerves and like pre-show rituals, stuff like that. I did get nervous a lot of the time, and to kind of help that, I would pray before I performed each week. Just a little prayer when the lights were down right before got to my turn to go out there and perform. That helped me keep my perspective and keep me calm. So. Laura wants to know if the Idol mansion from this season is the one that we stayed at. I didn't stay at a mansion. We stayed in this nice hotel, in this nice apartment complex. So I have no idea about the mansions. Mustafa, that's a cool name, wants to know who's my favorite judge. Tough one. I liked Ellen. She was cool. She gave me a hug. So we'll go with that. But I mean, they were all cool. People want to know about kind of there's a couple questions, and I'm not gonna go to each one specifically. A couple people want to know about relationships and just like how all that went on the show. For me, I went into it kind of looking at everybody as a part of my family, So I had that kind of bond with pretty much all the other contestants on the show. Like Aaron was like a little brother. The guys were, just like brothers, So that was kind of how I went into it. That's how, that's how it kind of still is. So it was cool. It was cool in that way. Made me feel a little bit more at home. Brian wants to know, who was my pick to win apart from myself? I didn't pick myself, and I didn't really know. It changed from week to week who had the best performance. So I really had no idea. It was kind of anybody's game. Katie wants to know my opinion on Vote for the Worst. I didn't like being on their website because it makes people take you even less seriously than they might have before. I understand that it's kind of their thing, and that's fine, but I didn't really like being a part of it. So, take it for what it is. Got no problem with the people there. I've talked to a handful of them. They all seem really, really nice. And, so I don't have a problem with people. I just, wasn't really my thing. Let's see. Man. People wanted to know about my acting, because I think Ellen said something about me acting, and people have been wondering about that, and it's something that I'm pursuing. There's actually a couple of opportunities that are in front of me right now that I'm working through. I can't give you too many details because I don't want to say, hey, this is for sure happening, and this is when it's happening, and then it doesn't, and then it's just kind of sad and disappointing. So, but there is some stuff in the works, and hopefully I'll have more information as it gets closer. I'm so sorry I'm skipping over a lot of these questions. Eric wants to know, if I was never on American Idol, what I'd be doing. I'd probably still be in LA, still be pursuing music and acting. I have no idea where I would be or if I would have had any success. You just never know. So, but I would still have been pursuing it. Let's see. A lot of these questions are all kind of along the lines of stuff that I've already answered. So I'm kind of skipping over them. A couple people asked me what my advice would be for people who are trying out for American Idol. Go for it, but don't put a whole lot of weight in it. If you don't make it, it really means nothing about as to if you are going to be successful or if you're not going to be successful in the music industry. So go for it, take a shot, but if you don't make it, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. And if you do, then make the absolute most of it. And then Raquel wants to know what song was the most challenging, and probably Sweet Love by Anita Baker. R&B week, I knew was not going to be my best week because I don't sing R&B. So, I went for it, and, it turned out all right, but that was probably the most challenging just because it was such a departure from the kind of music that I normally do. That's kind of all the answers as many of the questions as I think I can. For now, and especially without making this video, 30 minutes long. So, hopefully I answered your questions. If not, I'm sorry. if you have other questions, you can tweet them to me, and I'll try to answer them on there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. And if you have ideas for the next video blog, what you would like to see, leave it as a comment below. Yeah, y'all take care.